This simple word defines what would later become the horror video game boom on YouTube. Back in 2010, a Swedish man played a horror game in his tiny apartment, and people would laugh at his funny reactions.
Do you think he sees me?
We were mesmerized by his screams, so much in fact that we forgot to care about the story.
Fuck, I'm sorry.
Personally, I've always disliked horror games, especially as a kid. I couldn't even play Prince of Persia because of the sand monsters who scared me. As I've grown older, I've realized the reason why I hated horror games as a kid is because horror, fear, that feeling of dread, it's best experienced through video games. Little nightmares make you feel, well, little. You've only your wits to rely on versus the big scary universe. To reach the end of your journey, you'll need to sort out puzzles in which you outsmart or distract the monsters who try to get you. In Alien Isolation, you can't trust anyone or anything, as the smart xenomorph hides in the vents, and the robots built to help you don't.
You're really gonna catch me? You're really gonna try and do this? You're really gonna try and do this to me, brother? You're really gonna try and do this? Really? Right after I shoot you in the face with a shotgun? Really?
You have to craft or scavenge for the things you need, and the scarcity of ammunition makes hiding your number one option for survival. In BioShock, Metro, and Half-Life, you have the ability to defend yourself and keep distance from your enemies. However, the design of the areas, the atmosphere created by the sound and the art, will make you uncomfortable. The enemies, human or monster, stand in your way and try to empty your health points. You are able to stop them by shooting the shit out of them and reach your destination. These are the three main categories of horror games that I can think of. And while most horror games fit into one of these categories, a lot of the time there is some overlap in gameplay. But Amnesia stands quite unique. At first glance, you might think it's all about hiding and hoarding. At a second or a third glance, you'll notice that it's actually a puzzle game. Then the scary monster who will kill you in one hit shows up, and there's quite some action going on. But none of these qualities are what sets Amnesia apart from other horror games. What sets Amnesia apart is its main character. Daniel is the main character of Amnesia: The Dark Descent. Our introduction starts in a state of delirium, and we understand from the first minute or so that he's losing his memory.
I am Daniel.
After exploring for a bit, we learn that Daniel self-invoked his memory loss, and that his former self had a plan to murder Alexander of Brennenburg.
Find Alexander and kill him.
Throughout the game, unnatural things occur around Daniel, draining his mental stability. Lighting up candles with tinderboxes and using the lantern he found helps him find comfort in his situation. This light becomes a place of mental and physical rest, but he must be wary because his resources are low, and if his fuel runs out, he's left in the dark. For us, playing the game, Daniel is a very sympathetic hero, and with his amnesia, it feels genuine learning about the mansion, the monsters, and the mission.
Oh my god.
I'll be honest and say that the first half of the game is quite confusing.
This is all too strange.
Ooh. Strange orbs, I love it.
But that seems like a deliberate choice of the creators to put you in the same seat as Daniel. The ambiance and the design of the mansion is the main source of horror at this point of the game. Sure, you're being followed by what the game calls a shadow, but it doesn't really pose a big threat. The game's usage of sound and visions to explain the narrative and create that feeling of dread will affect you more than you think. As you move through the mansion, you'll feel uneasy learning about what happened in its halls. During this time, you build a stronger bond with Daniel, and you step in as the role of the main character. Here's where the story takes a turn in comparison to other horror games. As you descend further into the mansion, you'll reach a dungeon, then a prison,
Oh no.
and lastly a horrible chamber.
Oh god. This is like an auditorium. But like an auditorium for hurts.
While the clues and visions are cryptic at best, you'll eventually figure out what transpired, and the truth will make your gut wrench. After spending multiple hours trying to figure things out together with Daniel, you'll learn that he once was a friend to Alexander of Brennenburg, the man he's sworn to kill. Daniel was manipulated into doing horrible things to others. Things that he would, at the time, believe were ethical, that later he would regret.
To cut the flesh. Do it. Save yourself. He is a murderer, Daniel. He is evil.
After all this time that you've spent with Daniel, trying your best to survive and learn the truth, you've kind of become one, in a sense. Not only will the truth make you feel uneasy, but you'll be disgusted, angry, and a bit sad. The horrors that Daniel did, that you did, it etches itself into your mind. You'll be happy to redeem yourself, but in the end, was it too late? Thanks for watching, my name's Turtlekun, and I would really appreciate it if you'd leave a like on this video and subscribe for more content in the future. I also stream on twitch.tv/Turtlekun in case you want to see some live content. Otherwise, I wish that you indulge yourself in a tasty meal and a good night's sleep, and I'll see you later.